Iga Swiatek's epic showdown destroys Anisimova and claims first Wimbledon title. Wimbledon has always been the cathedral of tennis. Its hallowed grass courts have witnessed the rise and fall of legends, from Navratilovan's dominance to Federer's grace, Serena's power to Djokovic's relentless precision. Every generation has its queen of the green. In 2025, a new name etched itself into history with indelible ink, Iga Swiatek. For years, critics wondered if the Polish superstar, who reigned supreme on clay and hard courts, could conquer the one surface that had eluded her. Grass seemed an alien landscape to her baseline-heavy game. But in an unforgettable final, under the fading English sun and with center court roaring, Swiatek silenced every doubter. She did not just win. She destroyed Amanda Anisimova, her rival and fellow prodigy-turned-contender. The scoreboard told the story of dominance, but the emotions, the journey, and the legacy told something far greater. The coronation of a Wimbledon champion who had finally completed her transformation into a true all-surface icon. The road to Wimbledon. From clay queen to grass apprentice. Iga Swiatek's meteoric rise began with her breathtaking Roland Garros triumphs. By 2025, she had 4 French Open titles, a US Open crown, and weeks upon weeks as the world's #1. But grass courts, they were her Bermuda Triangle. She slipped, she stumbled, she failed to find rhythm on its fast, skidding bounce. For years, Wimbledon was her Achilles heel, a tournament where her aura of invincibility dimmed. Yet champions adapt. In 2024, she began working with a specialized grass court consultant. She played lead-up events at Eastbourne and Birmingham. Slowly, she rewired her movement, shortened her swings, and learned to flatten her ground strokes. By 2025, she arrived at Wimbledon not as a hopeful, but as a hunter. Anisimova, the rival. Across the net in the final stood Amanda Anisimova, the American powerhouse who had tormented Swiatek before. Their rivalry was a clash of styles, Anisimova's fearless first-strike aggression against Swiatek's relentless consistency. If Swiatek represented discipline and structure, Anisimova was chaos incarnate, a storm that could blow away anyone on her best day. She had dismantled top seeds to reach the final, her confidence soaring. This was not just a match. It was a showdown of destinies. The epic final. Center court atmosphere. The scene was cinematic. Strawberries and cream in the stands. Royalty in the royal box. A hushed murmur before the first serve. The question hung in the air. Could Swiatek finally win Wimbledon, or would Anisimova deny her once more? Set 1. Statement of intent. Swiatek began like a storm. Every return was sharp, every rally calculated. She broke Anisimova's serve in the very first game, a thunderclap warning. Her movement on grass, once her weakness, was now fluid, graceful. She slid into shots like Novak Djokovic, retrieved impossible balls, and redirected pace with surgical precision. 6-2. The first set was over in a blay. Swiatek had sent a message. She was no longer a visitor on grass. She was its new master. Set 2. The battle. Anisimova refused to fade. She unleashed aces, ripped forehands down the line, and painted the lines with fearless aggression. For a brief spell, she had Swiatek on the ropes. At 3-3, Anisimova earned 3 break points. The crowd gasped, sensing a shift. But Swiatek responded with the poise of a champion, an ace, a backhand winner, and a deft drop shot that spun away. That hold broke Anisimova's spirit. The next game, Swiatek pounced, breaking serve with a vicious cross-court forehand. From there, the floodgates opened. 6-3. Swiatek was now one set away from history. Set 3. Destruction. The third set was not a contest. It was a coronation. Swiatek dismantled Anisimova with ruthless precision. Her forehand blazed like fire. Her backhand was a wall. Her serve, once criticized as a liability, found unreturnable corners. Game after game fell her way. Anisimova, shoulders slumped, seemed overwhelmed by the weight of Swiatek's perfection. 6-0, a bagel. On center court. In a Wimbledon final. Swiatek fell to her knees, hands over her face, as tears welled. The crowd erupted. History had been made. The emotional aftermath. The trophy ceremony. The Duchess of Cambridge handed her the trophy. Swiatek, clutching the Venus rosewater dish, looked skyward as if to thank destiny. Her voice cracked in the post-match interview. I never thought I'd say this, but I love grass now." The crowd laughed, then cheered louder. Anisimova's dignity. To her credit, Anisimova was gracious in defeat. Iga was untouchable today. She's a champion for all surfaces now. The respect between the two was palpable. Rivals, yes, but also peers who understood the sacrifices their sport demanded. Legacy of the win. The Grand Slam puzzle completed. With Wimbledon added to her collection, Swiatek joined a rare club of players who had won majors on every surface. The comparisons to Serena, Federer, and Nadal grew louder. She was no longer just the clay queen. She was a complete champion. A shift in the women's game. Her victory also signaled a tactical evolution. Swiatek proved that baseline grinders could master grass by adapting footwork and shot selection. For young players, her win became a blueprint. Inspiration beyond tennis. In Poland, celebrations erupted. Cities lit up landmarks in green and gold. Children wielded toy rackets in parks, inspired by their hero. Swiatek had carried not just a nation, but an entire generation's hopes. The anatomy of dominance. To appreciate Swiatek's Wimbledon, we must dissect her brilliance. Return game, she neutralized Anisimova's biggest weapon, breaking serve 7 times. Footwork short, precise steps made her look like a grass natural. Mental strength facing breakpoints, she played her boldest tennis. Shot variety, drop shots, slices, flat drives, she used every tool. This was not just athletic dominance. It was tactical genius. The broader narrative. The rivalry reignited. Though crushed in the final, Anisimova vowed revenge. Their rivalry now had a new chapter, Wimbledon 2025, the day Swiatek conquered. Future battles promised to be electric. The next golden era. With Swiatek, Coco Gauff, Aryna Sabalenka, and Emma Raducanu all contending, women's tennis stood on the brink of a golden age. But Swiatek's Wimbledon win gave her the crown jewel, positioning her as the undisputed queen of the era. Imagining the future. Picture 2030. Wimbledon once again. Swiatek, now a multiple-time champion, defends her crown. Kids who watched her 2025 win are now rising stars. Her name spoken in the same breath as Serena and Steffi Graf. That 2025 title will be remembered as the turning point. The day she proved unstoppable on any surface. Conclusion. Iga Swiatek's epic showdown destroys Anisimova and claims first Wimbledon title, will be etched forever in tennis lore. It was not just a victory, it was a metamorphosis. The clay queen became the grass goddess. The doubted apprentice became the crowned champion. And Wimbledon gained a new ruler whose reign may shape the next decade. In sports, some wins are trophies, others are legacies. Swiatek's 2025 Wimbledon, it was both. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.